Even me. That stench. Heritage! Their wicked blood into the...
What's going on, guys? Today I've got what I believe to be one of the best builds in the game currently. Now, I've seen the bug build that deals 100,000 damage per second. Look, that build is 100% getting fixed. So let's talk about something with a bit more staying power. And that, of course, is the Ritualist archetype. Now, this is a brand new archetype that just came out this week with the Awakened King DLC. And it is a monster. Now, before we get started, let me quickly show you where the heck the archetype item is, as well as the weapon we're going to be using, because you're going to need both to make this build work. Yeah. Okay, first up, the archetype location. Now, you're going to progress normally until you get to these boats on the water. Now, you might want to consider killing all the enemies in the area first.
That's you. Oh, that's you.
And make sure not to shoot your friend who's running from this horde of enemies, though. Now, make your way down these boats until the end of them is a little cave. Run down here, kill the mini-boss guarding the item, and bam. You've got yourself the Ritualist class. There we go. Now for the weapon. We're going to use this brand new fire shotgun. Now, I legitimately spent 2 to 3 hours on Apocalypse difficulty trying out different guns and different builds and finding that this was the best one. And nothing comes close to this shotgun. I tried the AR with fire rounds, the pulse rifle with lightning, nothing beating this gun. And get the key from this mini boss. Now, here's something important to make sure to clear the basement area first. Because if you go to the attic first, the key will disappear from your inventory. Happened to me, had to reroll the instance, and find the lighthouse again. Now that we've got those out of the way, let's get into this build, starting with the archetypes. Our primary is the Ritualist because we want this Vile Prime perk. This is going to give us 15% more status effect damage, and lets our statuses chain to new enemies on death. For the skill, we're using Miasma, which is going to infect everyone in a 15-meter radius with bleed, burning, overloaded, and corroded for 20 seconds. Now, that's a lot of afflictions, and we can capitalize on that. For the second archetype, we've got the Hunter class with Hunter's Mark. Now, I tried the Archon for mod boost, and I tried Invader. Since this is a shotgun build, I figured we could get something going with the faster movement and teleport. But no, this just worked better with my testing. Armor set as personal preference as always. I have the Ritualist hat and some armor that keeps me under heavy roll. For the relic, I have Tranquil Heart. I just love this passive heal over time. But more importantly, which relic shards we're going to use. Well, I tried a few different sets, and this is my preference. Range, crit chance, and damage with elemental damage. This is a status effect build after all. Let's boost the damage of our Miasma. Our Sparkfire shotgun is equipped with the Overflow mod. And our mutator is the new Fetid Wounds. With all three going, Miasma aside, we've got Fire and Corrosive naturally. And with our mod, we're also getting Shockin. A 3-for-1 ain't bad. I did try out the new gas canister mod, but honestly not for me. Next up for melee, we have the Krell Axe, which gives us shock damage. And the Vampire Blade mutator, so we can get some extra melee damage going when enemies are bleeding. And speaking of bleeding, that brings us to our secondary, the Corrupted Rune Pistol. Now, this is a new one from the Halloween event, and it's kind of grown on me so much. Twisting runes to give us more bleed procs, and the Deathbrand mod gives us a mini Hunter's Mark, which increases our damage by 10% for 10 seconds. For the jewelry, I have Energized Neck Coil, a nice boost to our status effect damage, and applying a little explosion to boot. For our first ring, we get an extra 20% damage when all 4 effects are going. Next, we have the Singed Ring, as all our enemies will be on fire from the shotgun. The Probability Cord for extra crit damage. And we, of course, need a mod ring. The Stone of Malevolence is back after being patched. And since we're just swimming in elemental damage, with our mods always going, it's going to be ready. Now for the traits, I'll put them on screen right now. We do get an extra 20 points with this patch, so I'm just putting them into survivability. And there we have it. My new favorite build in this game. I'll leave you with this one-on-one against one of the new bosses, which had health regen and hardy on. It was a doozy. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
So many bones to break. Too many bones to break.
Can't carry anymore. Well, at least that's over.